Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
চ্যানেলটিকে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে পাশে থাকা বেল আইকনটি প্রেস করে দেওয়ার জন্য অনুরোধ রইল।
Puja Jagannath Kanta Shobhita Kaustubha Padmanabha Veda Garbha Chandra Shuya Vilakana.
सुदर्शन महाज्वाल कोटि सूर्य समप्रभम अज्ञन्ते तु विदन्ते तु विष्णु मार्ग प्रदर्शये जगन्नाथ बलभद्र सुभद्रा चक्र रूपिणे दारु ब्रह्म स्वरूपाय चतुर्धामूर्तये नमः।
Sprawls over 400,000 square feet of land, with an imposing fortifying surrounding wall about 22 feet high. The main structure rises to a height of 200 feet, almost as high as the famous Taj Mahal. The main temple is surrounded by 30 smaller temples of varying sizes, housing different gods of the Hindu pantheon. It has a wheel right on top, made of 8 metals known as the Neel Chakra or the Blue Wheel. The wheel symbolizes the primary weapon of Lord Vishnu, the Sudarshan Chakra, while serving an important practical purpose as it protects the high-rise temple from thunderstrokes. Lord Vishnu is also worshipped as Krishna or Narayan, and here in Puri as Lord Jagannath. Situated across the 4 corners of the country, Puri, along with Rameshwaram, Dwarka and Badrinath, makes the Char Dham or 4 holy abodes of Hinduism. The home of Lord Jagannath attracts thousands of pilgrims every year, as these dhams or holy abodes are considered sacred by the Hindus to be visited once in their lifetime.
जय जगन्नाथ जगन्नाथ को बहुत विश्वास मोर सबुदिन मोर आशा विश्वास को समान।
The entry to the temple is through 4 massive, intricately carved gates: the Lion's Gate, the Elephant Gate, the Horse Gate, and the Tiger Gate.
Hinduism believes in rebirth. Like humans, Jagannath too leaves the decaying body and assumes a new one. He is reborn. This process of the disposal of the old body and assumption of a new one is called Nabakalebara. In discarding his body made of old daru or wood, Jagannath reminds us of the universal truth that the body is temporary. It is there today, not there tomorrow. Even Jagannath is not exempt from this cycle of birth and death. The intimate relationship that the Count of Jagannath has with this philosophy of Nabakalebara speaks of a heightened level of human consciousness. Nabakalebara also reaffirms Hinduism's abiding faith in rebirth. But 19 years have passed since then. The old body has decayed. The soul is now on the lookout for a new one. Joda Ashada has come again. The Nabakalebara of Lord Jagannath is taking place after 19 long years. It has set the whole country abuzz. Jagannath's death too takes place as per his wish. The day when he would quit his old body is determined nearly 3 months in advance. Like sages, Jagannath also determines beforehand the daru he would reappear in. He sends his servitors in search of the designated daru. The search for daru, which is the first chapter of the Nabakalebara, is called Banajaga Yatra. Bana means forest and Jaga means Yagya. Banajaga Yatra involves the search of the divine daru in the forest and its transfer to Puri after a Yagya at the site of the daru. On the first day of the Banajaga Yatra, the Daitapati servitors embark on the journey after receiving the Agyamala from Lord Jagannath shortly after the noon oblation. Lord Jagannath is the god of the primitive Sabaras. On the orders of King Indradyumna, his minister Vidyapati located Nilamadhava, the god that the Sabara king Vishwabasu worshipped. On his part, Vishwabasu gave Vidyapati a garland offered to Nilamadhava to be handed over to Indradyumna. The Agyamala of yore has now become a key ritual of the Nabakalebara. The Daitapatis, who have been given the responsibility of the entire set of the Nabakalebara rituals, are actually the descendants of the Sabara king Vishwabasu. Agyamala is the garland worn by the god on that particular day, and its handing over to the Daitapatis is a symbolic directive. It is as if Lord Jagannath himself orders his servitors, saying, "I am ordering you, go now and get a new body for me." The Banajaga Yatra team then comes to the royal palace and takes permission for the journey from the Gajapati king of Puri. After receiving the king's permission, the team sets out in a procession for the Sri Jagannath Vallabh Mat. The Jagannath Dev, located on the Grand Road of Puri, has centuries-old religious ties with the Sri Mandir. The moving idols of the lords come here on occasions like the birthdays of Ram and Krishna and several other festivals in the temple. Many saints and sages like Ramananda and Sri Chaitanya are believed to have stayed in this mutt. The team in search of Darus spent a night in this mutt. Banajaga Yatra is a long journey that lasts more than a month and a half. The team members have to walk on foot during this entire journey. The second part of the Banajaga Yatra, which begins after the Darus are identified, involves Homa Yajna and prayers. The rituals of Ankuraropan, Suryagya Homa, Indradi Dashadigapala, Bali, Homa, Narsingha Puja and Astra Puja last 3 days. After all this, Purnahuti is performed on the Yajna Kunda and the Yajna comes to an end. After all the excitement, ecstasy and the emotions, comes the time to bid farewell. The bittersweet experience of the cutting of the Daru, the last act in the Banajaga Yatra. The neem tree that had become so much a part of the life of the local people and had provided them shelter, shadow and air makes a quiet departure. The actual cutting starts after the Vidyapati symbolically touches the tree with a golden axe, the Bishwabasu with a silver axe, and Vishwakarma with one made of iron. Saint Nigamananda had said, all life is a preparation for a better death. Death had transformed Jesus into Christ. The Daru tree too embraces death. But this death is no ordinary death. A living tree is knowingly killed to facilitate a divine birth. Nested in some remote area for ages, the neem tree suddenly transforms into Daru Devata. Death consciously manifests itself in a blessed life. An ordinary neem tree gets transformed into an extraordinary Lord of the universe. are laid to rest. The funeral rituals are thus performed at the exact place where the lords take birth. The funeral rituals are thus performed at the exact place where the lords take birth.
চ্যানেলটিকে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে পাশে থাকা বেল আইকনটি প্রেস করে দেওয়ার জন্য অনুরোধ রইল।
The Nabakalebara of Lord Jagannath is a unique tradition that follows the same 10th day ritual that humans observe after the death of someone. The Daitapati servitors, who consider Jagannath their family member, perform the post-death rites at the Markandeshwar pond in Puri. Just as Hindu homes are given a fresh coat of paint after the death of someone in the family, Sri Mandir too gets painted after the old idols are buried. The Lord usually suffers from fever for a fortnight after Snana Purnima, but this sick period extends to 45 days in a Nabakalebara year. All the rituals of the Nabakalebara, including the construction of the new idols, are completed within these 45 days. One life ends and another begins. One journey comes to an end after 3 long months and another begins thereafter. After Jagannath's rebirth comes the much awaited occasion of the Navayovana Darshan, which provides devotees their first glimpse of the new deities. Just as the entire village or locality gathers at the place where a new baby is born to have a first glance, lakhs of devotees from all over the place descend on Puri for the first look at the new deities. Lord Jagannath's Nabakalebara is not just a religious ritual or a chronicle of the awareness of death. It is rather an unsolved saga of the journey of life. The death of Jagannath is merely part of his Leela. This Leela was there yesterday, it is there today and will remain there tomorrow.
निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां ॐ नीलाचल सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः जगदानन्दकन्दाय प्रणतार्तिहरा